quiet is good. Let's hope it stays that way. What does that do? Damn it! Bloody hell, who called in the earthquake? to get through? They won't stay down. Dead means dead, you gobshites. That's one. Looks like there's another somewhere. Doc, you are one sick puppy, and I know sick. Yeah, I think we can get through now. Nazi bastard known about this place. Every brick in that wall's worth a bleeding fortune. It won't punch! Ah, that thing's zombie juice! Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. That's the good shit, aye? Actually, that's more Australian, I think. Woohoo! I do not see. Is it mining? I feel like I should invest in actually learning some proper German. What's up? regular ballistic buffet. Buzz. That's not good. I want to try and have a focus on pistols, so perk-wise. Much as I could do reload, seems a bit irrelevant since pistols have the quickest reload of all weaponry. Actually, to be fair, I'm surprised there's still interest in this game. I was playing some public matches the other night, and there's some newer players playing. I mean, they could always be Smurfs, but at the same time, in terms of, actually I gotta finish this food before I do that. Because I think at the height of when I was playing this... Whoa, Olympic sprinter, calm down. At the height of when I played this last, not only did I get Master Prestige in Zombies, but I got Master Prestige in multiplayer as well. And multiplayer was a pain in the ass though, because at the point that back in, it was the only people who were still playing were the people who have effectively mastered this game and then never moved on to any other Call of Duty. So it's nice to see that there's some genuinely new players enjoying this game online. Then again, that's a typical life cycle of COD, right? Game comes out, you wait for the price drop, you know, at that point, a lot of people fucking Master Prestige because they sink their time into the new game. Well, at the time, new game. Yeah, I see ya, I feel ya. Bonk, bonk, bonk. I'm gonna melee. But it's just nice seeing genuinely new players playing. Some of them are returning vets, much like myself, but at the same time, it's been so long that since I played the multiplayer, it genuinely took some time to get used to the controls again. I don't think my focus is going to be pistols. This is a melee-centric build, so really probably benefits me more to just invest into melee perk and melee perk and stamina perk on top of and then just shit for my pistols, which I'm thinking electric reload and hi, yes, hello. I guess sick damage up, but I'll have to interchange whatchamacallit. Have to interchange self-revive in there at some point. I'll admit, the gameplay loop is going to be... Round 7 and that guy already popped? God damn. He's out early. I totally blanked on what the fuck I was saying. The gameplay loop is a little slow for this game, especially if you're doing a melee focus build. Actually, you know what? Yeah, just because it's melee centric doesn't mean I have to simply melee, right? So I was doing like a challenge video, but even then, I think that was an insta kill, which, if I can pick that up, will make this move a little quicker. Yoink. Thank you. Oh, hi there. No. No, that would have killed me. Actually, wait a minute. Let's swing around this way. Although I lose my insta kill, it brings me back where I want to be. Come on, fellas. This way, this way. Yeah, I feel you smacking me in the ass back there. No means no, asshole. Muslings. Oh, if you're curious, the Wusling is that club sound that just smashed into the floor is the Wusling. That guy is a Wusling. We do not like the Wusling. Honestly, a lot of new players are pretty... Actually, I say new players. I think until you learn the mechanics of the Wusling, it's a little tricky to take them out at first. Because a lot of people, I think, jump in from old zombie games and just go, oh hey, headshots. But with the Wusling, I think the headshot offers higher damage, but they are armored there, so it's not as effective as shooting standard zombies in the head. But their weak spot, if you look at their... I'll try and... Once I whip out here, I'll try to isolate the Wusling to show his character model off. Now, something of note, in a weird way, the Wuslings are actually more susceptible to melee builds. And I will explain that once I get a moment here. Actually, I should explain what I just did there as well. Wuslings have an interesting mechanic where either after a set amount of damage, or if you melee them, they will be forced to charge you, which actually plays into abusing their weak spot. Oh, not a pistol ammo. Whoa, hi there. I'd rather not kill that zombie just yet. Can I pop that? No? Alright. So notice how the Wusling's spine is exposed? Help if I didn't get a zombie that popped out the moment I fucking started trying to show that. But yeah, for any new players that might stumble across this video, melee, if you're, regardless of build, melee them to get them to charge you, maneuver away from them, because they just full tilt towards you and automatically, if you're in front of them before they, rather after they charge, they are guaranteed to hard target you. It's guaranteed damage. So what you want to do is either hook horizontally too far around, like basically get them around a corner, or, you know, knock them into the, you know, pissed off state where they charge you, and then brain fart, literally. Melee them to charge. As they charge, either run past them while they're in the animation of about to charge, and then either dump your magazine into them from your gun, or melee. Now, I say melee builds are effective against the Wusling, but I should elaborate more specifically to, I actually have a, what I call the Berserker build, which is frontline, which the aggro of all zombies, but allows you to do 2 times damage. And I set up, what was it? Set it up that it has triple damage, increased melee damage, and there's one other, I don't think they're called perks, but the Raven abilities that allows it to do something else. I think it's finishing touch, which is, if you look at the bottom right of my screen, it's the hammer and nail there. When a zombie is 50% or lower health, they are effectively one-shot. So it just offers a nice nice ability to, even without, you know, even without the melee perk, which is that one. Well, it doesn't help that my magazine is sticking up there, but this one, Faustblists, is your melee damage up. I realize I'm just explaining this more than I'm actually playing the game, so. But yeah, you stumbled across this, I hope that tip helps. Because I know I see a lot of the newer players I've been in with public lobbies immediately sinking a bunch of ammo into the front of the Wusling, which especially early on learning the mechanics is fine. But the more tricks and tips you learn about playing the game, the more, especially the later you get in this game, you just learn that that's just an ammo sink. Shit, I just wasted that. Alright, whatever. So now I'm gonna go start making my build. So that's gonna be this one. I'm gonna do, don't need reload. So I'm gonna slap, actually no, I'm gonna slap on ballistic damage and then self-revive. Why did I run this way then? That was a waste. Hey. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna pick up quick revive. It's the Lebenblitz, ja. For when mein Leben tries to escape my body. Hi there, boss. How are you doing? Actually, no. I'll try and do the Easter egg as well. My focus really isn't doing the Easter egg this game. I'm just trying to knock out my dailies. But I mean, one of them is to do the Easter eggs, so definitely should invest in that at some point. But I think that'll be a public game. Alright, back to it. That's horrible. So the only one left is good boy. I think it might just be the perspective shift of having my screen crunched a little for the stream here. But I feel like these zombies are moving way quicker than they should be out this wave. Oh. That's one way to take out the bustling. It is a tower. Look at this magnificent tower. Oh, I already did this one. Shh, sleepy eyes. He was a little stuck. It's okay. Headshot challenge. I did that one, so I need to go down this way. If you guys are curious why I'm going prone so often, when I do that jump, I learned a bit of a I have no idea how useful it is as a tech, but where you can when your feet hit the floor after a jump, you can immediately dolphin dive. if anything else, I think it just gives you a little extra horizontal distance. Especially after like a big jump or something. I don't really think it does anything special. Like, I don't think it's gonna really change the way I play and interact. Aside from like maybe traversal a little bit, but even then, I just genuinely like stumbled across it, so I'm kind of in the mindset of like, was that intentionally left in, or was that just more, oh hey, that's a byproduct of quality assurance. I'm not gonna say bad quality assurance by any means, but ow. I think the only gripe I have with this game at all is I hate how they changed the multiplayer later on. Because the entire point of multiplayer, at least in my mind, was each, I don't want to say class, but each faction's not right either. But each, I can't think, but basically in multiplayer your classes were broken down into expeditionary, airborne, armored, infantry, and shit, there's one more. Airborne, infantry, armored, expeditionary, and shit, there's one more that I can't think of. That was in the main base game. But they all had it so that, like, suppressors were locked to SMGs, and you would have to get your weapon up to a specific level before you could actively use that. Bayonets were locked to assault, I think they're just classed as rifles, but anything that's considered an assault rifle could be equipped with a bayonet. Again, you could only use it for infantry. So it was one of those things where, like, it made the game more unique, in my mind. But I'm assuming they got a lot of backlash for not having it where you could throw a suppressed weapon on any class. So, of course, later on, they introduced the, no matter what class, you can use any weapon and any attachment that came with any of the old class specific weaponry, which I just found really, I don't want to say stupid, but as somebody who actively rose the ranks to get those attachments fairly and justly, only for them to later on go, fuck it, we're gonna give everybody those attachments regardless of what. I guess what I'm saying is, it's a slap in the face to those who were like, even if we wanted that change, I think it's a slap into the face of those people who earned it legitimately. I don't know. It just, I see why they did it. It just, in my mind, it made Call of Duty World War II Zombies every other Call of Duty game, right? Movement's the same, the boots on ground shit's the same, there's no interactive elements unless you're playing with war, or what do they call it? It had a name. Where the levels could dynamically change and update if you did certain actions, like shoot a grenade launcher at a pile of rubble, you ended up with an entirely new playable area or some shit, but yeah. They changed a bunch of that. And what made this game unique was ripped away. And I'm one of the few people who actually liked Infinite Warfare, or at least not in the vocal majority who, you know, yelled at Call of Duty that it was a Halo ripoff and blah 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 blah. And you know, even if it was a Halo ripoff, I'm not gonna lie, I really loved that game. The change in movement system, the class, I think aside from Black Ops 2 and 3, it was, and I guess Black Ops 4 at this point, it was one of the first Call of Duty games to really have almost like a, I hesitate to say like a hero shooter element, but the character you know, your custom character you made, whether you were the robot, the tank, or the warfighter, or whatever the hell else, they all had distinct playstyles and benefits and abilities. So even if you had the same exact build in every loadout, but just had them spread across the different playable, I'm gonna say, quote, hero characters, it made it unique enough that I don't know, a sucker for the small little updates to Call of Duty. When it was Ghosts, I loved having the slide instead of the dolphin dive. I loved the leaning mechanic that was never in a Call of Duty game until that point. I loved the interactive stages where, you know, you shoot an element of the stage and the entire arena changes somehow, or you get kills by interacting with specific elements of the stage, or shit like that. But that's just it. I think my mindset has always kind of gone against the grain of classic Call of Duty, which I grew up with. I think I started on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, went back to World at War, then promptly went through the rest of the Modern Warfare trilogy, front to back, when they all came out. I mean, I've been all across the Call of Duty verse in terms of games and gameplay and all that. As much as, hell, I'm one of the people who doesn't like change, I've really enjoyed every time Call of Duty has done something different or unique. If not for a shooter, having a unique I guess where my mindset is like, it doesn't have to be unique to a shooter. So long as it's a unique take on a Call of Duty game that will give me some new way to play or explore, or some new mechanic that isn't entirely busted or something, then yeah, I'm happy to explore any Call of Duty. It's just... And I think this is pretty common with a lot of development studios, not just, the Call of Duty ones, is, hell, not even game development. Movies are scared to take a risk nowadays, because why take a chance on something that might float face first in the water when you could recapture someone's childhood? Why not, I don't like the nostalgia baiting shit, but at the same time, if I'm not willing to take a risk, I don't know, you can't judge people's reactions if you never try, right? It's very easy to get in that mindset of, speaking from experience, it's very easy to get into a mindset of, I'd rather not do this new thing because I'm scared it will fail. As somebody who lived for years, it's understandable that you don't want to, not that you don't want to actively change, right? But a lot of these companies, whether it be movies or games or whatever the hell else, I feel like they choose the easy route, what gets them money easiest. No risk, same old, when if you tried that idea that you scrapped because, oh, it might be pushing the boundaries a little too much, I feel like you're missing the point. There are people who don't like to be challenged on their beliefs, but it's healthy to challenge that mindset. I don't like it when my mindset is challenged, I'll be completely honest. But at the same time, if I'm not willing to hear out or understand someone's mindset on something, I feel like that leaves me no room to judge them. I think the long and short, to me, is it's easy to live in a bubble. it's safer, it's less scary to live in a bubble, or to not have to exit your bubble. I get that, I do. But that doesn't make it right to just completely block out whatever you don't want to hear. Anyway, that was my hot take of the evening. Shit, I just realized I'm gonna have to trade in my red 9 at some point. Oh well. Now, I don't know if you guys see what I'm doing here. So I'll run you through my process of this next engagement here. You might be curious why I left that bomber. The bomber is one of the slowest zombies you can have on the map. But not only that, long and short, I just wanted to keep it for that wave. Honestly, I probably should have held on to it and a few more zombies, because that red area, that ring that you see going around here, lovely. Just what I want. I don't think so. If you're curious why I dove around that corner, the Wussling, I think, was heading straight down the stairs. So I wanted to make sure I could... You bastard! That's the guy who started this whole zombie outbreak. This was an unintentional boon of my... This is an unintentional boon of picking this class. With camouflage equipped, pop the camouflage before you pick up the Überschnall. And you can make it, I think, all the way down here and place it without getting interrupted once. Also depending where on the map you're from, but... or coming from, not just where you're from. Double meter almost guarantees you get all the way down. Single meter probably gets you about halfway down. Again, all depending on where you're approaching the Hand of God station from. Oh, another tip for you guys. Even if you don't have the meter to get as far as you want, I wasn't turned enough to the right to pop it, but a good tactic for guaranteeing you a little extra time is popping that trap, because it auto attracts all zombies to that trap for a brief time. Granted, I think there's also like a max cap of how many zombies will be drawn to it, but at least it gives you some extra breathing room should you not have enough meter to get down there. Push outside. Actually, you know, I'm gonna spin for Jack in the Boxes. Because if I can get the Jack in the Box, that guy, not that guy, it'll allow me some breathing room in terms of the boss fight. So I'm gonna endlessly spinning until I pick it up. I think if you're playing the solo game, 9 times out of 10, you'll get the Jack in the Box on your first set of rotations. So typically the box won't move until you get the Jack in the Box. I've had the rare occasion where, oh hey, I spun the box and it didn't give me him. But I think that's more specifically single player though. I don't know how it works in terms of multiplayer. Actually, no, I'm gonna go do this step ahead of time. I'll have to double check that once I get all 4 of them and get to that step. That's right, I can't go prone with this weapon, or this item. And yes, if you're curious, I am legitimately holding that flamethrower guy's head. I'm missing one. I think I'm missing underground, so that should be, if not that one, I think it's this one up here. Let's not, and say we did. It has an uncanny resemblance to my last girlfriend. Oh, already sent it back up. Oh, those are used for the hardcore Easter egg. I don't know how to do the hardcore Easter egg, nor do I care to learn how. I was too busy looking up at the sky. Raw. 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 Oh, hey, fellas. I do not think so, mein Freund. Yeah, regardless if you're mid-wave or not, those zombies will always spawn. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. I'm gonna thin out the horde until I have one zombie left. And you guys might see why in just a couple minutes. Alright, remember those paintings that I just looked at with the Brenner head? Now I'm gonna go run up to all those paintings and double check what those numbers are. Blood Raven is 1, so I don't have to move Blood Raven. let's go check the sewers. Death Raven is 4. Actually, I believe the rest are 4 as well. So I can just quite literally bypass the rest of them. Aside from that one, because that was on the way. So all I need to do is go back down to the pillar. And with everything but Blood Raven, go to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then press the button. Now that number is not guaranteed for your game flu. It will randomize every game you play. So it could be a crapshoot where next thing you know, every number is 1, so all you gotta do is press the button, or it could be 5s on 3 of them and 3 on the last one or some shit. So, in multiplayer, when you get to the point where you've activated all 3 pillars, you have to, in unison, shoot the bubble around it. That will drop the shield and you can pick up the hilt. But, if you're not ready to go into the boss fight, do not pick up the hilt. Because what you can do is, I'm going to spin the box just for the hell of it. Before you go into the boss fight, you can swap out the Tesla gun, because everyone is, I think every player has to have the Tesla gun in order to pop the bubble. But the nice part about that is, as long as you're communicating, you can actually all go in with, you can, you know, everybody can hold off, you guys can go grab different guns, pack a punch, and then head into the boss fight with better weapons. Now, in public play multiplayer, it's typically going to be, people aren't going to be communicating over mic, and even if they are, they're probably only doing so with friends. So even if you ask if they're doing something like the Easter egg, it's not likely they'll cooperate unless they're up for it. So it's really good to have your own friends to play this with and do the Easter egg. Or if you learn the Easter egg by yourself, it's easy to do it by yourself as well once you learn this maps. But unfortunately, unlike this map, if you hit the touchpad, it'll basically tell you how to go about each step. I think the only point where you have to figure something out on your own in the main Easter egg, or with the base Easter egg, is the Brenner heads, the flamethrower guys. If you hold L2 while holding one, you'll get that little vision cone, which will show you what's in the paintings. But so long as you keep everybody informed and everything, you really shouldn't have to worry about going into the boss fight unprepared. But a lot of people in public games, if you're going for Easter egg, everybody just typically jumps straight in. So just be aware of that. And we're Excuse me, that was not attractive. It's a Panzer murder. Oh, and first thing you want to do, turn around or run away. The only thing you can do to the Panzer murder is stun it. But it doesn't deal any damage or anything. So it's, unless you need some breathing room, it's not worth stunning the Panzer murder. But, much like earlier, blast off the cores, make your way back to them, release them. Oh hey, Brennerhead. So I'm gonna make my way back over to the Uberschnell battery. Kill zombies in the area. I forgot about that. How's it going, boss? Hi, Panzer Murder. I need to go that way. So once you get the battery to pop, what you want to do Alright. So what we want to do, since I've gotten the battery, is lure the Panzer Murder close. No. So just stand here, sink ammo into it, grab the Uberschnell battery, hold square to place it on the Panzer Murder. Any hit you take from the Panzer Murder itself will deal one Geist Child, the equivalent of Jug or Shields in this game. It will automatically drain all your health and take one Geist Child, no matter if you're at full health or anything else. Actually, it might be. Alright, so we have the Zeppelin is back in play, which means the Panzer Murder will be back in play shortly. So I'm gonna pop out, look for the Zeppelin. Okay, I got unlucky with that. Oh, hi there.
Maybe I can get another battery.
Ah, you mean the battery? I already shot to. Hi, fellas. How we doing? Ow, Panzer murder to the back. No. If nothing else, that prevents the zombies from accessing that doorway for a brief moment of time. But that also means any zombies that ran into that archway just all died and respawned. Now, killing zombies and having them respawn elsewhere is not new to any advanced or above zombie players, but for newbies, it's, I don't know. Took that damage and completely forgot what the hell I was talking about. How do you like MG? Oh, interesting tidbit. While you fight the the Panzer murder, it will drop every phase of the boss fight will drop a max ammo, which I will show you. And if you've noticed while I've been running around a few times, one that first spawned, and that's the one I just got. Now, I can actually leave them there, and no matter what, they will stay there the rest of the game. So, if you're trying to survive long term for a long survival, it's actually beneficial to leave the max ammos where the Panzer murder dropped it. Thank you. I didn't even notice I was low ammo. That's on me for that one. Ow. Alright. I'm gonna have to cycle around because I'm on the complete opposite side of where I need to be. So I'm gonna want to push over here. Alright. I managed to drop the battery, but just like the third stage before the Panzer murder, the ship or the Zeppelin will drag its battery back, and we'll need to, holy crap, and oh my goodness. Alright, I'm gonna go pick up armor. You've proved your point, game. I don't need to stand my ground. Alright. Now, once I finish getting this battery and stun the Panzer mortar and attach the last battery, that is the boss fight. Do 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 do. No. Hi there, boss. I'm gonna just shoot you for no reason. Give myself a little extra breathing room. Your damage threshold later when I go to stun you. Oh, also, quick tip. If you have trouble disarming the bomber and you have the throwing knives, it's always good to save some throwing knives for the bombers. Because you can either hit them in the... Ooh. You can hit them in the bomb and actually detonate it, dealing damage to surrounding zombies. Or if you hit their body, it's just an insta-kill regardless of wave. And you will force them to drop the bomb on the ground, which then you can detonate at a later point for, you know, damage where you need it around the map. I'm gonna try and loop the Pens of Murder over here. Not just to stun him yet. Alright. I'm gonna ignore the zombie and just place the Ubush now. And that's the boss fight. Little cutscene and then you go back to a survival game. Just to explain the story a little, Marie, the blonde German girl, her brother was made into that monster we just fought. So in destroying the airship, her brother is dead, which we will see once the cutscene wraps up. That right there in front of us, not the hilt, but the body right there, that is Marie's brother. I believe in terms of story, the base Easter egg, I believe, leaves the... I forget the brother's name, but in terms of story, base Easter egg, he just straight up dies, and I think they get a lead somewhere of the Doctor's plans for the rest of the campaign. But in terms of the true ending, or the hardcore ending, where if you do a bunch of really asinine bullshit, you'll get the thing to this Easter egg, which is, I think he ends up surviving long enough to give the group information as to where the Doctor's going next. So regardless of which ending you get, they end up in the right place. But I think the only difference is Marie is able to speak with her brother thing. I don't know, I've never gotten the Easter egg, but that's how I understand it anyway. Oh, and you know what? I just realized I have not once used my ability aside from doing the Easter egg objectives. So, I will explain briefly that it is the camouflage ability, which acts exactly how you might think. For a brief time, I'm invisible to zombies. But the benefits I have are finishing touch, the hammer and nail in the bottom right there, where melee damage against an enemy with 50 or less health is a guaranteed insta-kill. Serrated, which is the one on the right next to that one, which deals a DOT, or for those who aren't into gamer slang, damage over time. You effectively cause them to bleed out over time. Doesn't necessarily guarantee a kill, but makes them steadily weaker over time, lowers the health, so you can much easily get to that space where finishing touch applies. And then the one on the far right there is Mugger, which, if I recall how that one works, is any melee kill grants extra jolts, or the in-game currency. So, revives and doors, which I'll have to do in another game. But, yeah, either I can just survive, or just kind of end the game prematurely. Well, I don't want to quit out, but that shield will cover me for the duration of my reload. The fact that I threw that throwing knife just kind of screwed me out of my reload animation time. So I'm going to push out, throw, get a little additional damage with the explosion. Oh, that just straight up killed him. Admittedly, using all my Jack-in-the-Box grenades off the bat here is a bit of a waste, but I'm just kind of fucking around at this point. Alrighty, I'm gonna head up top here. If that balcony will, or that railing will get out of the way. That's gonna screw me over. So push out, swing around. And just making sure all the zombies are pushed out from up in the apartment there. A couple more escaping, but it should be fairly clear, so push up. Back into my position. I'm gonna pick up armor. Again, little tip for people who, I'd say if you're advanced or above, should probably know this. New players, if you're not confident, grab armor whenever you can. But when you get to the point where you're confident in learning more advanced tricks and, I wouldn't say playstyles, but when you're learning more advanced stuff and just kind of, past looping and stuff like that, I think my immediate encouragement is try to hold off on buying armor in the beginning of a match. I'd say for beginning players, probably about wave 5 or later, you should try and strive for picking up armor. Because if you can manage to survive 5 waves, the advanced technique is more just to build up as much points as you can early on, so that later when you desperately need the armor, you can have it available to you then. I know it's not fun having to sit through the "you died" screen. I'm one of those people who was very much like, I'm not even gonna bother watching because I don't want to, it's not fun, blah 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 blah. But actually that leads into another tip. Watch the other players, especially if you notice that one guy has some really good strategies or isn't going down or this, that, the other thing. Watch them, see what they do. I think in the downed state in this game, you can actually watch them in person, I believe. I might be mistaken. But if so, that offers you a way to watch how they interact with the zombies, how they skirt around them, and it might not be your preferred playstyle, but it teaches you new playstyles and how to avoid zombies, or I'll give you another trick for free. When you're on this particular map, there's a more, I'm going to say again, advanced trick or above, where you remember how early in the beginning of the game I ended up blowing open the sewers? That trap inherently pushes you. So if you want to push out there or into the pack-a-punch room, activate the trap, run in the direction where you want to be launched, and you can fast forward yourself around the map at the expense of a little health. Now, do I recommend newbies trying this? I would say for a newbie, try it at your own risk, because it's a lot of fun, but it's very easy to, especially if you're not paying enough attention, you get smacked once or twice before you use the trap, get down there, you get blasted. Sure, you get thrown to where you need to go, like the pack-a-punch room here, or the outer gates, or the bunker gates. But the problem you run into is I've seen a lot of people see me use that trick and then go to try it when they're trapped or something down here, and next thing you know, they are blown out towards the Pack-a-Punch room or out here, but then immediately, because they were low health when they started the trap, they end up downing. So I wouldn't say I don't recommend at least trying it, but just be aware when you're doing it. I know it's not as fun to practice by yourself, but the best way to learn zombie strategies is watching other players when you're downed. And even when and if none of your friends are around, or you don't want to hop into a public match, one of the most important things to do is practice your maps. I can't tell you how many times I have been ridiculously stubborn about learning a map because I down way too easily or way too early and it's just no fun. The only way to learn and get better and prevent yourself from doing that is practicing. Keep playing that map. In fact, I remember on Black Ops, I believe it was Black Ops 4, no, Black Ops 5, with Chaos, is it Chaos? Chaos Zombies? Or the Chaos timeline of zombies? The one with the Titanic crew and everything? Interesting part about that is my least favorite map when I was actively playing it with my buddy was 9, the Gladiator Arena. Now, I think at that point it was a mix of new map syndrome, as well as back when we were playing, all of the perks were being released as like a seasonal thing almost. So you had for a lot of the perks to for them to actively be released before you could actually make certain builds. So if you were used to playing a specific build and they didn't have the perk out for it, you were screwed. But again, I think the interesting part is I came back to that game quite literally years later and realized that map, the health system is janky. I will give a lot of people that. The person when that game first launched was annoying as all hell. Especially because some of the, long-time perks that were really good and this, that, the other staples of the series were just absent. So you didn't have your Juggernaut, you didn't have your double tap, you didn't have this, that, the other thing, but in coming back with a fresh head, a fresh mind, did I remember all the bullshit on that map? Absolutely. But I was not at that point where I was still anxious and nervous and expecting to be frustrated, but not once in replaying that did I ever get to that point of I'm so pissed I'm not even having fun. So it's just all about, whoa, hi there fella. It's all about pushing yourself to explore maps that were giving you trouble. Because what's interesting is I did not like 9 when it came out. But it's funny. I played it just recently. And by recently I mean probably quite a few months, if not a year back at this point. Would have to say 9 on Call of Duty, I think it's 3 or 4, has to be my favorite zombies map of that particular game, hands down. The mechanics are interesting, the weapon customization is interesting to me to some extent. It's very... It's a lot more complex and interesting to explore now. But I think what happened is I actively got to a point, or the game had gotten to the point where all the perks had already released at that point. The game had been out for years. So, where there's still some frustrations, absolutely. Run into is it's funny how some of the most hated zombies maps now granted there are going to be maps that universally are hated for specific mechanics or something of the sort. In fact, if I had to give my least favorite map, which actually I think a lot of people do enjoy, Transit from Black Ops 2. Not a bad map by any means, but I think on some level it is a mix of, at the time it was new game syndrome, new map syndrome, on top of the mechanic of having to run through the fog and getting your eyes clawed out every time you did so. And if you weren't quick enough on the draw, you were insta-downed, essentially. That wasn't fun. Especially as somebody who's still learning how to get the... I was a newbie, but I definitely wasn't at the advanced level yet. So it's all about... It's all about pushing that initial, like, I fucking hate this is not fun, this is... Well, within reason, right? I think I had this with, actually, particularly, this game. On the multiplayer, I forced myself to keep playing for the longest time because I ended up getting to Master Prestige, but that was at the expense of my fucking mental health, man. It was not good. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I think I ended up making it to top 1,000 in this at some point for finally hitting Master Prestige, but I mean, I was pulling all-nighters. I was in the headspace of, regardless if a death was mine or not, which, I mean, I think a lot of guys still have, but that mentality of, oh, I didn't, you know, no matter if it was my fault or not, that death I just had was bullshit, or it was lag, or this, that, the other thing. But I would get so incredibly pissed off at this game. And I think it was for the fact that, granted, I think the reason I was pissed off at the game was more of a Call of Duty issue more than the game itself. because the way public match works in Call of Duty, at least to my understanding, is there is no, not that there is no competitive, not competitive, but I guess I'd say competitive mode, right? Or you have ranked mode, which is you play X amount of games, get placed into a tier, and have to work your way up through the tier. Which, I understand why that's a thing, but I think my frustration with Call of Duty games, especially when a game is out of its life cycle, at the end of its life cycle, what ends up happening is a lot of the people who continue playing the game after the game has quote-unquote died are a lot of the people who have quite literally mastered this game. So what I ran into last time I was playing this game on multiplayer was it was all the people who have master prestige level 1,000. And if not, they were 500, 600, 700, fucking like... It wasn't impossible to play, but it might as well... It was not fun to play. So, I took a break. I pulled away from Call of Duty World War II. And, just gave myself some time to play other games, because I think what I've learned over age is I do not enjoy being mad at games. I'm sure it's fun for people looking from the window in to watch me get pissed off at games, but it's not fun for me to get mad at a game. But what's worse is a lot of the games I get mad at, it's not just because, oh, it's bad and I don't like it. It's these developers can do better and they're choosing not to just to make a little extra cash. Little small inconveniences or money grabbing things that have no right to be there. Or in fact, I'll give you one. The loot crates that started with World War II here. Actually, no, I think that started in Infinite Warfare, actually. Regardless, point is, they introduced loot crates. Essentially. Randomized loot crates. Now, frustration is more my frustration is more along the lines of now granted I've heard this mentality a long time ago, so maybe things have changed, but I remember hearing, I believe in something like China or Singapore or I forget exactly where, but it was of Asian descent. A whole country threatened to ban selling Call of Duty World War II in their country strictly because the chests or loot crates or whatever the hell you want to call them were completely random. To the point where I think they ended up getting it changed in that particular region to the loot boxes were no longer randomized. If you had the currency to buy rare pack or whatever, it wasn't completely random at what you were gonna get. Or at the very least, it was like you could guarantee specific items or something like that, or at least one specific item or something along those lines. I wish they did that here in the States. I do, because I can't tell you how long I've grinded certain weapons and chests and shit to get weapons I wanted, only to be like, alright, that's... only to end up getting quite literally thousands of... what the fuck are they called? Duplicates. Literally thousands of duplicates, which give you nothing but credits, which is fine, but here's the thing. At the place I'm at in Call of Duty World War II, credits aren't worth anything. I've bought all of the tiers of every collection, meaning there's no specialty weapons I can get. It's all based on random chance, and even then I've noticed that you have standard crates and rare crates, and funny how it works that the standard crates seem to have a higher drop chance for higher end loot than rare crates, which is stupid. But then on top of that, you have no control over what you're getting. So no matter how much time you invest, you have no guarantee that, oh hey, these 3 things I earned from this chest, they could all be duplicates, and you effectively just wasted your time. In fact, it's interesting to say that the only values have at this point in my gameplay loop here is if I go back into multiplayer, I can use them to buy time-specific contracts to potentially earn more credits or chests or specific variants of weapons. I believe those specific variants are locked to strictly DLC weapons. And even then, that's only like the base version of the DLC weapon. So yeah, it's not a total waste if I want new shit that they dropped in the DLCs, but I don't know. I feel like if I had more control over what I was getting, I'd be less pissed off about the loot crate situation. But that's just it. You have no control. It's you get what you get and you don't get upset. But I don't know. It's some stupid bullshit. Also, I know nobody has hopped in the chat or anything here, but I think after this wave, I'm just gonna let my character just bite the dust. Actually, real quick before I do that, I think what I'll do is show off the serrated effect. Alright, so one. So yeah, the serrated effect is good for damage over time, and if you pop a whatchamacallit, if you pop a double points or something, it's very good for building points, much like the flamethrower and shit. Sorry, I'm doing a stupid thing that I like to do when I'm wrapping games up. I like to exhaust all of my armor, weapons, and shit like that. Oh. So I'm gonna let that pack a punch. I guess technically... Oh, well, that was not smart. Whee. I'm gonna go out with only a shovel. Just like any melee build should. That and pack-a-punching my weapons like this just constantly wastes my points. J'ai MP40. Ah! Nope, I am pack-a-punching this. Now you can kill me. Alright, I think I'm actually gonna end the stream here because I'm starting to get tired, and I think I'm gonna go to bed and take advantage of my day off tomorrow. So thank you guys for considering. I don't think anybody hopped in while I was actively playing. If you guys watch this after it comes up, thanks for watching, and you take care. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon.